to the spider's web. And before we continue with our playthrough of Wrath of Ashardalon, guess what? We have some corrections I need to make. First of all, one that's not going to affect gameplay now, because I really can't bother going through it all. Too much like hard work, but it's come to my attention that when you get a character at a corner of a building, like Bruenor is here, they're not classed as being adjacent to a wall. So when I've been, when we had that trap out, the walls of magma, I've been taking hit points off characters who are at a corner of a wall. I'm not going through the videos to find out which ones they were and how many I need to take off. So I'm just going to leave it as is. But that's just for future reference. That's what I'm not really bothered about. The second one, however, is more important. In the last video, the Grell moved. The Grell attacked. This Grell didn't, and it should have done. So I'm going to rectify that now, and this Grell is going to attack Thorgrim. And let's see how badly Thorgrim gets attacked, shall we? Thorgrim has an armour class of 16. The Gibbering Mouther is going to attack with a +8 attack, and it causes 1 and dazed. So we do not want anything more than 8. We get 18. This means that he gets 1 hit point lost. He can't be dazed because he's been knocked flat on his backside. That's the end of Thorgrim's turn. Now, oh dear, oh dear. Actually, that was a Grell, wasn't it? It was a +7, not a +8. I was looking at the wrong thing. I was looking at the Gibbering Mouther on the experience pile. Doesn't matter, he still lost the hit point. It would have been Venomous Bites, which would have been a +7. It would have caused 1 and poisoned, but it caused 1 and, as I said, knocked him flat on his backside. So that's that bit of badness over and done with. These power strikes are for this card. It starts with 3 power strike tokens on it. Once each time your hero hits an adjacent monster, you can remove 1 power strike token from this card. If you do, the attack deals a +1 damage to that monster. Well, the Grell has hit points of 2. I'm going to place that on. He still has his +2 bonus to attack. And he's going to move back 1. You can only move speed of 2 anyway because of the caving. I'm going to have to remember to try and roll to get rid of that. So we're attacking with a, in fact I haven't decided what I'm attacking with yet, have I? We're attacking with a notched axe. It's a +7 attack. That's all we can do. So it's a +7 attack and it causes 1 damage. So we want 15 altogether. So we want at least 8. And we get 9, which is nice. So we have 9, that's caused 1 hit point. And I'm going to remove a power strike to cause 2 hit points to remove the Grell. So the Grell goes. That is what we wanted. And the Grell gives us 2 experience points. Now it's the turn of the it's turn of Bruno to try and disable this cave-in card. So we want at least 10, and we get a 2. What a surprise! What a surprise! So we have 2 of the Power Strike cards, or Power Strike tokens left. And we go over to Vistra. Oh no, we don't. We actually draw an encounter card, because we haven't done that yet. So the encounter is going to be running through is Event Attack, Volcanic Burst. Attack each hero on the active hero's tile. Or we could use the 5 experience to say goodbye to that one. Which we are doing. So that's unfortunate, because we now have no whatchamacallit anymore, no experience anymore, and Bruno doesn't have any monsters. And if you remember our environment surrounded, at the end of each exploration phase, if a hero does not control at least one monster, he or she draws a monster card and places its figure on the closest unexplored edge. So we draw a monster. Which is a Gibbering Mouther. Now the closest unexplored edge would be here. So the Gibbering Mouther comes back. I'm going to use the same one as we used earlier. It does state the closest unexplored edge. It doesn't say on the monster spawning point or whatever. So Bruno has a Gibbering Mouther which moves. And let's go to this one. If the Gibbering Mouther is within 1 tile of a hero, it attacks all heroes within 1 tile. Guess what? It's within 1 tile of a hero. So we have Bruno, and we have I was just wondering where Vistra was. She's still off the board, isn't she? We have Bruno and we have Athrogate. So for the first attack, we're going to be attacking Bruno, who has an armour class of 18 thanks to his little tricky mabob thingy he has. The Gibbering Mouther is +8 attack, causes 1 and dazed, so we need less than 10. Oh, what a surprise, we get 15. So it causes 1 damage and we're dazed. And that is Bruno's turn. Now Vistra's turn. What I need to do is just have a quick read of what this time leap has to do. You are cursed. Place this card on your hero card as a reminder. Okay. Remove your hero from play, draw a monster card and place its figure in the square your hero disappeared from. We've done that. At the start of your next hero phase, place your hero on any tile. Okay, so I will try and remember not to place, and we discard this card as well. So we'll place that over here. Now, where is Vistra better being? I believe she might be worthwhile on this tile here. And she can have a pop at the gibbering mouther. Not the gibbering mouther, the grell. So she is back. Now, is there anything that will increase her attacks? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Into the Fray. Place your hero adjacent to any hero within 2 tiles of you. Well, she's only just been placed on, but that will do. It just means I just move randomly. It's a +7 attack and it causes 3 damage, or it causes 1 damage if I miss. So, first off, it's going to be at the grell. And what I need to do is find the grell's card, which is here in Athelgate's pile. The grell has an armour class of 15 and 2 hit points. It's a 7. I need 8 to kill the grell. And we get 10. The grell has been hit for 3 and goes. He's taken off the board and his card comes to our experience pile and gives us 2 experience. Yeehaw, whoopee-doo. And now, excuse me, this card that I've just used gets flipped, but now I'm going to use Dwarven Resilience. Use this power during your hero phase instead of moving. I haven't moved yet, I've only just been placed. And you regain 4 hit points. I'm going to do that to take my hit points up to full. 1, 2, 3, 4. I didn't see that one earlier. And it also says flip the card over after the use. So flip the card over, and that's her done. She hasn't moved, she hasn't explored, so she draws an encounter card. The encounter card is Scream of the Sentry. If no monster is in play, discard this card. Choose a monster, draw a tile from the bottom of the tile stack, place the tile next to the unexplored edge closest to that monster, draw a monster card and place its figure on the new tile. I think the gibbering mouther. I think the gibbering mouther. In fact, yeah, gibbering mouther. It's not going to make any difference. The closest unexplored edge to this fella is here. The gibbering mouther is here. They're both within. In fact, no. I'll get the Dweghar. I can put the new card there. So I'm just going to move that over. We're going to get the bottom card or bottom tile from the deck. And that tile is... there we are. And we get a monster, which is another Dweghar, for crying out loud. It's another Dweghar, which means more monsters. So we've seen one Dweghar already, we have one on the board, but here is the new one. It's got a green cloak this time, not a brown one. So that goes on there. And as we know, with the Dweghar guards, there is unpleasantness involved. If the Dweghar guard is on a tile with no heroes and an unexplored edge, draw a dungeon tile from the bottom of the stack and place it next to the Dweghar guard's tile. Draw a monster card and place its figure on that tile. That is not nice. So we need another tile from the bottom of the deck. that tile is a black arrow in a crypt corner. Why is it a crypt corner? That's not from Wrath of Ashardalon, that's from, what do we call it? That's from Ravenloft. Let's try one from Wrath of Ashardalon, shall we? Which is this one. So we have that. We need to draw a monster card for this, and this monster is a Kobold Dragon Shield. We haven't seen one of those yet. I also need to get a door token. Because here we have a door. So we'll place that door there. I'm carrying around a monster that we don't need, and this is the Kobold Dragon Shield. It's not a very big model, so we can shed some more light on it. There we are. And that's the Kobold Dragon Shield. Let me just grab the card and let's see what it says. If the Kobold is adjacent to a hero, it attacks with a sword. It isn't. If the Kobold within one tile is on a tile with no hero and an unexplored edge, draw a dungeon tile from the bottom of the stack and place it next to the Kobold's tile. This is going to get really bad really quick. Okay, so we've got the cards. We'll turn them over. That's the one from the bottom of the deck. And that goes there. Like so. I will put that one to one side, which is the one from Castle Ravenloft. And we draw, surprisingly enough, a monster card. And this monster card is for Gordon Bennett, a Gibbering Mouther. So we need to get this time another Gibbering Mouther out because we already have one. And this one, they all look very similar. I didn't do much difference to these particular monsters, but that one goes there. And if a Gibbering Mouther is within one tile of a hero, it attacks all heroes within one tile, otherwise it moves one tile towards the closest hero. At least we get to stop with the drawing cards, or drawing tiles and drawing monsters. Ho-ha. Now Vistra isn't on this tile, which has the caving, so we don't bother rolling for that. But that eventually is Vistra's turn over with, and she has many monsters. That serves me right for bringing her up to full health, I suppose. Now it's Athroghate's turn. Now Athrogate, like a few of the others, is down to very low health. I can discard that one because it's one we've just used. So what do we have? Well, Athroghate's in charge of the Duergar Guard and Snort. The one thing I was doing last time that was wrong, Snort moves first in the monster stage. I'll have to remember that. So we have double strike. I don't really want to use that at the moment. But what do we have close by? Well, we have the Duergar Guard, which isn't going to do anything because well, it's not going to do much apart from attack. The Gibbering Mouther is going to attack these two. I may try and get it so that he goes after this Gibbering Mouther, Can you still see that on the camera? I'm not quite sure. Let me have a look. This is all a little bit not quite, it's getting a little bit too compact, spread out rather. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to raise the camera a little bit. Okay, so here we have Bruenor standing next to the prone body of what's his name? Thorgrim? Why can I not remember his name? We have Snort here, we have Vistra, we have Athrogate, 1 Gibbering Melder, 2 Gibbering Melders, a Kobold Dragon Shield, a Duergar Guard, and another Duergar Guard. So what Athrogate is going to do, he can't. Damn it. He's not got anything that is ranged. Unfortunately, so he has to move, but he can't move further than 2 because he's stood on the cave-in tile. So he's just going to have to move over to here to have a go at the Duergar Guard in the hope that he can cause some aggravation and basically kill him. So the Duergar Guard has an armour class of 16. He has 2 hit points. We're going to start off with Cracker. In fact, no, we're not. We're going to use Morningstar Flurry because it gives 2 damage or 1 if it fails. Hopefully it won't fail. It's a 16 plus 6 rather. 16, where do I keep getting these stupid numbers from? It's a plus 6 and we're after an armour class of 16. We need at least 10. We get a 3. But not to worry, that causes 1 damage on a miss. So the Duergar Guard is down for 1 damage, which is helpful. It's not perfect, but it's helpful. So that is the hero phase over with. Now it's the villain phase, monster phase, whatever you want to call it, and Snort takes his turn. Snort attacks on a plus 5, causes 1 damage. We want 11 to get rid of this pesky Duergar Guard. We get a 15. Snort proves his worth and mauls the Duergar Guard into little pieces. That's nice. We no longer have a Duergar Guard, we no longer have only 2 experience, we now have 4 experience. We have 2 from the Grell and 2 from the Duergar Guard. That was Athrogate's turn. Now what we have to do is draw an encounter card. Unfortunately we have to accept this one, we have no option, for the simple reason being we don't have enough experience to what's the word I'm looking for, to cancel it. So here's the encounter card. It's a trap, a rolling boulder. Let's have a look first of all for the card. Okay, so here's the card. Trigger the trap during your villain phase. Move the rolling boulder marker 1 tile towards the closest hero. Each hero on the new tile takes 2 damage. Right, well, I should have done that before, obviously. the monster phase. No, I still have to do it. It's still my villain phase. I do draw an encounter card during my villain phase, not the exploration phase. So what I have to do is move the marker one tile towards the closest hero, then each hero on that tile takes 2 damage. So Athrogate is down 2 damage. Unfortunately he only has 1. He's down. Nothing he can do. Vistra, however, has a full complement of hit points and can spare 2 hit points. So that is Vistra's turn. Sorry, that's Athragate's turn. And now we are back to Thorgrim. Thorgrim needs to use a healing surge. I'll turn it over. He gets his his surge value, rather than his starting, his surge value of 4 hit points. He stands up, he shakes his head, gets rid of all the cobwebs, steadies himself against Bruno, looks around, thinks what the hell is going on, and in the next video he leaps into action. So until then, take care, God bless, and bye for now.